It's no surprise that the Grand Theft Auto Remastered Trilogy is dropping on literally every platform in early 2022. What is surprising is why Rockstar Games is actually pushing or promoting this project, considering it's already been done for years. 2, it's probably not going to be very good quality-wise. I'll explain why. And 3, this is just a big old f*** you from Rockstar if you wanted to play Grand Theft Auto 6, which isn't even in development. This is the longest gap we've had in a Grand Theft Auto game since the inception of the franchise. Let's get this thing. Alrighty, Stallions, welcome to the Gamer Heaven. I'm your host, AK40 Kevin. I want to start out by saying that I am actually genuinely excited for this trilogy, this remaster, and I'm going to explain why most gamers, especially diehard Grand Theft Auto fans, really shouldn't be excited for this project, but again, I am, and I'll explain why, and I'm ready to bury my beak or wet my whistle in this game. Sharing my screen over here, I have an article pulled up. This will be cited or sourced in the description below, as I do anytime I cover any news in the gaming community or industry. So this is officially the worst kept secret in gaming, as Rockstar has now officially announced the Grand Theft Auto Remastered Trilogy. That's Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. I did mention about 2.5 to 3 months ago, we did have a leak showing that this was going to be a thing, and sure enough, it has been officially confirmed by Rockstar Games. The clunkily named Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition. I don't really know what else they could have called it. Maybe the Nico Bellic Knuckle Duster 3000, or the Tommy Vercetti Gooch Box, or something like that. This is fun. Now, this is the first topic that we need to cover, and this is going to be the platforms it's going to be on, and why this is, it's not good. So this is the first time that these 3 Grand Theft Auto games have been playable on the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, and PC. The bundle will also land on iOS and Android in the first half of 2022. So this is basically solidifying my statement during the intro that the quality, as far as the graphics and the audio quality and everything, is going to be relatively poor. Here's why. Developers have to develop for the lowest possible hardware. In this case, that would be the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and then obviously mobile phones, iOS and Android. Because this game is on all those platforms, it's not going to be pushing the new generation consoles, the 9th generation of home consoles, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series S and X, to their full limits. Not to mention, it's not going to be utilized fully on PC by any means. And here's the real kick in the nutsack here. This already exists. This is not a remake of these games. The core gameplay remains the same. So it is a fresh coat of paint. It is new texture packs. It is a higher resolution. Guess what? The PC modding community has already modified and bumped up the resolution and made these games look more modern for the last like 10 years. I'm assuming this game is most likely going to retail for around $40 US. I can't imagine it being more than that, considering it is just a remaster. You buy the game on PC for like 10-15 bucks, and then you install a free mod pack from the PC modding community, which isn't very difficult, and you basically have this product. When Rockstar made the decision that they were actually going to produce and sell this, the Remastered Trilogy, they started shutting down the Grand Theft Auto modding community pretty hard, providing cease and desist letters, and even passing out small lawsuits like candy. That's greedy as fuck. Considering these games are already playable for cheap or free on the interwebs. And now Rockstar, instead of actually producing Grand Theft Auto 6, which has been yet again trending all over Twitter because people want Grand Theft Auto 6, this is the longest gap we've had between a Grand Theft Auto game since the inception of the franchise. I've covered that in the past with, citing little tables showing launch dates and stuff like that. Instead of them, those people being Rockstar Games, working on the AAA title that they should be, they're working on this little project here, which has existed for 10 years in the PC modding community, and shutting down the people that have already made this possible. Rockstar says the revamped games will have upgraded visuals and modern gameplay enhancements. What they're talking about here, adding little niceties or quality of life features that we've come to know from modern games that weren't really the standard or the norm 10-15 years ago when these games were playable on their, well, these are all from the PlayStation 2 era. Those, again, are all available from the PC modding community, while retaining the look and feel of the originals, because the core gameplay files are the same. More details about the changes will be revealed in the coming weeks. Gamer Heaven will be covering that. Although all 3 of these games are classics, their visuals perhaps don't hold up too well in 2021. Updated graphics might make them worth revisiting, while some fans will appreciate being able to play them on Switch. Indeed. And I do think that is a big selling factor there. These games have only been remastered on the PC technically. So if you want to play them mobily on the go on a Switch, then this is actually a valid reason to want to pick this up. If you ordered yourself a Valve Steam Deck, like your boy over here, which I don't expect to get that for quite some time, but you'll be able to get the PC version of this game and play it on the go on your Valve Steam Deck. Meanwhile, Rockstar will remove the original versions of GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas from digital storefronts starting next week. You'll still be able to download the games if you bought them previously. So since this is the definitive way to play these games, Rockstar is removing the original versions of these games for purchase. So just another way to shut down the modding community from doing what they've been doing. Thank you for the sub. And then this is a fun little sentence for us to close this video out on. The PlayStation 2 era games aren't the only Grand Theft Auto titles that Rockstar is reworking and expanded and enhanced. Buzzwords, marketing gimmicks, version of Grand Theft Auto 5, the same game we've been playing for like 7 years now, is coming to PS5 and Xbox Series X and S in March. Biggest cash grab from a game development studio I've seen in quite some time. Literally because they have no incentive to want to produce Grand Theft Auto 6, which the community has been screaming out for, but they're already making so much money with GTA 5 Online, which I don't understand why. It's got bugs, it's got glitches. Despite the fact there is a lot of content in GTA 5 Online, it's rather stagnant and repetitive. But because of the overwhelming success of GTA 5 Online and the fact that, much like Skyrim, they keep repackaging, rebranding, slapping a fresh coat of lead-based paint on it and sending it to a new console, just like Skyrim. They just keep making money off Grand Theft Auto 5, and they don't really see it lucrative or necessary to make GTA 6, which is what the community actually wants. Oh, Rockstar, you are slapping Artukus hard, sweetheart. If you think that Rockstar is being a little bit greedy and cash grabby and needs to actually focus on Grand Theft Auto 6, go ahead and like the video. If you think Grand Theft Auto 5 is just as stimulating and entertaining as it was on launch day, go ahead and hit that dislike button. Subscribe for more content like this. I cover news in the gaming community and industry, as well as tutorials helping you get set up streaming and YouTubing and honest gaming peripheral reviews. I'll see you tomorrow because I upload daily. Peace.